default. They will take pace back toward B on the Astralis side instead. They've got the boost for Stewie, and he's locks down to Glaive, but can't get the shot block. Instead, Device follows it. So the response is swift. Not only that, it's all the way over on the B site, which forces the rotations. Despite that pick came on the A side of the map, it really doesn't amount to anything in terms of holding off the bomb plant. That said, bomb needs to get inside of the site. Hasn't done so yet, and Tarek, smoke down, does have a chance to try and push further through. He's got a teammate, I think, boosted up here. There's still a lot of time on the smoke. I think there's about another 10 seconds on it. That just went down as he turned around. So this bomb's backing away from it. They don't want to risk taking the plant with that boost going up. That smoke was late.
Here we go then. Bomb still yet to go down. It's Zipex finding that completely open side. This is almost impossible now for Mibr to pull this one back. Maybe just holding towards the library as well. It's just so perfect. The fact Tarek's got 19 HP, I just don't see a world where Mibr can pull this one off. It's coldzera, who is an Inferno specialist here. He's going to have to go above and beyond for his teammates. But like I said, that position in library, he doesn't have time to check every single corner here, Matt. That's going to be the round, and Tarek might be better off just saving the defuse, getting flashbangs here. Might be able to steal away a kill, but not quite. There it is, Astralis serves off to force coldzera out of position, but that Desert Eagle, watch out for it. We know he's good with it. All of a sudden, the kills are coming in favor of Mibr. It's going to be a 4 versus 2 with Dupree and Glaive stuck against it now. I'm not sure they can pull this one back. There is a minute remaining, and they might have made a great call here to go towards that B side.
They might have. They've stuck through them. They're 2 in library. I don't even think we're aware of this. They now realize it, have to work back out, but Glaive's going to have position on this. They still don't know it. They're rotated out of A. They're going to go together. They have to at this point in time. So much ground is lost. Bomb plant's important as well, because Astralis, again, if you win the first 2 but lose the new, I guess, gun round 4 previously, still need a better way to say that, but the point is, by getting this bomb plant down, that's going to ensure they still have a perfect buy in the next round despite losing this, and despite the investment early on. Glaive holding, good find on Stewie. We may not have to worry about the bomb plant. We might have to worry about the entire round. Now Dupree, only with 9 HP, is going to get caught. That Molotov was a little late. They were too close. They were able to swing, peek together. Glaive almost gets them both, but Fallen trades it back. Play from Mibr. Presence is found. Certainly felt by Tarek. Gun barrel showing. Cold didn't respond to it. Wanted to make sure that no one was getting out of Palace in the meantime. Fur just destroyed, but just was able to swing in from library, and they weren't quite aware of that angle yet because they didn't think they were that far. As Cold only gets 1 second later, he might have had both on a lineup, but just gets the trade immediately. 6 seconds they're on the plant, not the defuse. That comes after potentially in a 2-on-2 retake. Fallen and Stewie. Now the defuse needs to be quick because they don't have the kit to speed it up when it actually does get into duration, and just finding 1 already. I don't think the second was spotted. Fallen still looking toward the pit. He's not going to have much to work with.
He has no kit here, and the AWP. He might be able to get 1 kill here, but surely he'll be traded out. Always sees ahead of Mages. That's a kill. He could go for the quick scope here! My God, Fallen's done it! He pulls it off. He finds the kit, the defuse. Commit here, but this is what he's waiting for. He gets another kill. Just 1 step ahead every single time.
Ooh, great shot by Glaive, though, because Stewie was baited in off of that. Fallen takes 2, and they could almost slide out, but down immediately. Late on the boost, but again, 2 players new box. This isn't common. Not going to go for it. First thinking about it, but he's got to be careful with that rifle. Orange is 2 already taken up by Glaive. And around the corner he goes. They both burn? Yeah. That actually was the nade came in afterwards and did the damage. The final tick from fire kills them both, and that allows the site and the plant.
They were going for the bait and switch. We normally see that towards Emo and the bomb's down. You have 1 player there with the AWP suggesting he's using new boxes. You kill him, you think that position's clear, then he can pop out. But if you Molotov it like that, I think they stack the mollies as well with nades.
And the lots toward mid. Cold's in the corner. With an AWP, they don't check it. Turn around. Oh my goodness, how does he get that? No scope. Nearly gets to 3rd because Glaive's distracted and he wants to get back out. But no further aggro on Glaive. He's got the lineup. That was impressive and almost depressing because they walked right by the AWP.
Yeah, that's a very overlooked spot. I don't know what it is about that position, but it always seems to happen. We will see 2 kills on the AWP. coldzera seemed to have positioned himself perfectly as Tarek will try and fall back, dropping another incendiary there just to buy himself some time to get in a more defensive position, as now they'll go back towards B. Like we said, that's where they found most of their success here. They've only got 2 smokes, but that's fine. You can smoke towards Coffins and CT spawn. I just don't think that Astralis will be winning this round. Stewie is almost certainly going to get at least 1 kill, and then it's going to be, what, a 3-on-2 on the retake, and that should be enough time. Molotov perfectly deployed. They're going to have a real tough time getting through that.
Tarek swinging out. Finds enough damage on the device that Stewie, nice transfer as well, is able to take down Zipex. Glaive only on 1 HP against 4, so not likely this goes anywhere except the way of Mibr. 6-3. Stewie confirms it. Good round for him. All 3 in the site. Yanko likes that. Trying to get the shot out. Smoke's still down. There'll be 1 in his face now, but he stays forward. That smoke's a little bit deep. I think Stewie had an angle. Magisk still finds the shot in return. Fallen, he's got to swing this perfectly. Baits out some shots, tries to get a pre-fire from Xyp9x, does. That gives him away the location, and now he's got Magisk as well. Brilliance from Fallen to figure out exactly where they were. Bomb still gets planted, but it's dupreeh that has to go against 4. And he's already looking behind him to at least secure his position, so he has any chance at it. But they've cleared the site in the meantime. They know he's there. They've got him on an off angle, meaning they can hold this defused, and he only gets 1. Fallen fittingly finds his 5th, an ace in the round.
Very basic, and see if they can find the opening kills.
Xyp9x does. Cold corner. They don't check it. Oh, he nearly missed out on that. Cost him a lot more ammo than potentially it should have. Still with 16, he fired out but couldn't find dupreeh as Fur gets the trades. Bomb planted nonetheless, and Xyp9x holds up inside of the pit. That's going to be position that Stewie has to try to overwhelm. He's only got 2550 at this. They've got to buy in hand, but only if he saves this gun, because 200 for Tarik, 1750 for Fur.
Yeah, he needs to save, and they've got a decent buy. He's just looking for an on-probing now and seeing if there's an exit frag potential. Their money's very weak on the Astralis side. Every kill he does get at this point will actually be incredibly valuable. Looks like he fancies his chances, not of the round, but of finding a few kills. Gives his position up, and that might cost him now. How does he get out of this spot? I'm not really sure. It's going to be Glaive to take him down. He doesn't get anyone with the bomb last lead. Set 3 towards the B side of the CTs, and they're being proactive as well. They want to use this close-range weaponry, and it will be Fallen take down device. I think through the smoke, but blinking now missed it. dupreeh on the other side of the map, looking for the second. Cold Zera hits the shot, and as you're looking towards the apartments
and
now.
He's well aware of the fact that there's a second player inside the apartment, so he changes his angle accordingly with that smoke. He's also aware that Xyp9x smoked strictly to get inside of the pit. Look at Cold dance as he goes back through triple. Gets spotted in the end by Glaive. Nearly a chance to get all of them to shut them down with a 4 kill, but Glaive now named Moto. Knows Tarik's in there, but dinked up in return.
Barely.
6 damage from that dinks. Astonishing. Smokes himself off. One is approaching quad, but he knows that's his invitation to try and get a bomb down there. Going to approach. Can't even find the shot towards Stewie. Good play from Mibr.
Boy in hand. Here comes the Molotovs. The execution is looking pretty decent so far as they boost players up. Fallen out of position. How has he hit that? Blind as well. As he fades away, he shuts the round down. It's going to be 1 frag in return from Xyp9x here, but surely they're not going to get away with this one. It will take something absolutely disastrous to happen at this point. The bomb is going to be planted in dupreeh. Oh, what? Through the smoke, finds another. All of a sudden, it's a 2-on-2, and they've got a real chance here.
7 HP, dupreeh hits that shot. Bomb planted. Cold's got to get back in. That's giving them everything they need. No kits for Cold or Tarik to work with. Fallen may have had one down inside of the site. It may just be around the corner where in which Xyp9x is playing from, but dupreeh, AWP with that low H. Health won't matter. He can pick it all. He finds Cold as well. That's pretty smart because he can hold that weapon. Xyp9x holding, waiting for the push through, finds one. Second one toward Library. It's going to be Magisk with the crossfire, and they each find a kill plus another 2 for Xyp9x as he turns around, somehow staying alive. Smartly turned away to make the hitbox a little bit smaller on his head, and then absolutely was ready to fight as soon as the reload was done. Stewie's left in a 1-on-4. No chance for them, as Astralis is going to take a 9-7 lead, plus the pistol. Both pistols now going their way. Stewie will do what he can. Further damage. There's 3 that are extremely low, 36. He may be able to isolate this. to Ruins has device. Bomb still down towards CT. You can see Xyp9x immediately running back. Hang on, we got to hold on to that.
Yeah, well, they're going to try and run the clock down as low as they possibly can at this point. And that's the right thing to do. They've actually let the bomb go. So they know Stewie can't just run up and pick the bomb up. Right? He's going to assume players are dead. This is a massive risk, but oh my goodness, I thought he had another one. So Mibr go for the...
This is dead. Fallen, and it's worked out twice that he's gotten kills in that position, Glaive. And that's all for sale, though. Back over toward pit. Oh, Magisk flashed off. He's got another down, but Molotov's going to force him out. They've got the angle. He's got the AUG. He's got a kill. Fur gets one back, and Device's smoke. This should give them the bomb plant at the very least. Nade not going to do any further damage because it goes far, and they go safe inside of the site. They'll likely burrow on top of it as well. Smoke for quad. That allows Fur to at least focus. He can transition on this as well, and he goes wide side triple to get back to pit.
Actually give Mibr a slight advantage here. With the fact they have this lovely crossfire setup, they bought themselves some time with that decent smoke as well. There's not really much utility in the Astralis side. This would be difficult. 2 of the best players in Mibr in position, full HP, waiting to receive Astralis, who will commit now.
Flash goes over. Mur's not caught by that. dupreeh, though, does get the first. He's not in a position where the bomb is planted for him, but he is in a position to capitalize on two. They're on the defuse. Device is so low on HP, but he's can only hold the angle, and you're right. Fur just couldn't step wide enough to ever see that. Likewise, all he has to do is play the time.
Yeah.
So he's going to wait. It spots them. That'll slow their approach. Bomb is on the quad side. 12 seconds. They've got 6 to the plant. Magisk gets high again. Smoke down that extinguishes the Molotov. You can't quite find the planter, so they will at least cover it off. Good smokes to do so. All they needed to do was isolate him. They had already cleared the other side, and now the retake is on, and he's still alive in this.
I don't know
but
how.
He's being watched like a hawk. It's actually kind of clever. MIBR just avoided him. Smoke him off. Let's get the bomb down. That's #1 priority.
They're not even that worried about him, are they? It's like, they can't kill us, so
it's
we'll
almost frustrating. If you're Magisk right now, you're going to be super frustrated. You're relying on the aggro from your teammates, and they're taking their time getting there. Just to the front of Library now. He'll pop to find Cold. Still spraying through, hoping that he can get a few wall shots onto the weekend. Fur jumping up. Device can't get the aim. Tarek holds it off. That's very well done. Forced them off too quickly, but you're right. Look at that nade. Down to 40 HP. I would have expected at this point they would have switched it back, but they actually want to go aggressive toward the top of middle. Cold, the only one that gets a kill. Dupree sprays down with 2. And Fallen still sitting back on the AK. Has Stewie rejoined him, but they're down by 2 men. And Astralis with guns back look to find 14. Put themselves within 2 of closing out on map #1. Overpass is next.
Scary prospect again.
Fallen will work first. Still haven't switched the gun back. They're going to leave it at this point. Stewie seemingly happy to hold on to the AWP. Certainly capable at times. We've seen that in the past. Certainly on this map at the Major. In January. Just peeks out and spots 2. Nades will do further damage. Maybe not. But inside the site. Not out. If it had gone outside, it would have potentially put them down to within red HP. Both of them, because they were close enough together. Stewie's starting to be aware that timing is working against them, and there could be someone in behind. 2 in the pit's going to be a problem. Yeah, Dupree easily able to spray on that with the information, even if they isolate Magisk. Stewie tries to find 1, but there's the arrival of Xyp9x. 14 for Astralis. Dupree ready. Magisk holding. As the fans say, there's 10 seconds, and Dupree's got the crossfire set. Stewie finds 1, Magisk on the other. That should be a round in itself, but Fallen does at least get 1 back for redemption. I thought maybe he'd get the bomb, but it was on 4 seconds when he hit the kill, so no chance. He's got flames on the inside of it that'll take damage. They've got a second one. They'll extinguish, but it gives him time to get to ruin. Look at the HP! Oh, he's got a second Xyp9x! How does he steal back the round? Brilliant as he finds 4. All of them being proactive, all of them with utility, and now Cold with 48 has to get the bomb down before Device arrives. And Device, UMP, 48 HP is doable. The Cold is so accurate. A second the bomb's planted.
HP. Smokes and presumably flashbangs coming in next. It's the Device with a CZ. Oh my god! It's the pistol! And Mages helped him out. They might have done it! 3 kills at the start. It's a 4-on-2. Mages surely goes down here, but he's holding so strong. That is absolutely epic. They close.
There was all 3 on the site. I could be wrong, actually. I think there was one double. No, Tarek is there. Okay, so that is the truth. They're all on the site. It's confusing at times. Make that 2 now because Cold's already gone. Dupree's got the shot on the Glock. Xyp9x, he's gotten Tarek. Great entrance so far. Device was still waiting out toward long and had enough bullets left over to take down Fur when he emerged. He was already tagged up. Good retake potential from Stewie to find 1, but couldn't follow it onto Dupree. He's got a great round. 3 kills for him on the way through, and Astralis, but it was Monster instead, so he's rendered useless or at least irrelevant for the most part. Smoke as well. Oh, he did just barely get spotted. I thought Xyp9x was going to get sneak underneath. That would have made things extremely awkward for Fallen, who goes into the pit, but Glaive's still ready for him to wrap onto the ramp. Bomb ticks. No kits. Glaive. More position, more availability. Device. There it is. That's exactly it. He can stay back toward Monster. He's got that range. Even with the smokes on the platform, he can see toward the window. Cold. He's got to get closer, get away at this point in time. Does find 1 on Glaive, but getting away is the only option given the time.
So gutsing for them. Very basic approach from Astralis, so slow at the start. We mentioned that short push from the CTs, and Dupree, just before we get into analysing that round, he's got a chance to take 2 of them down. Oh god, Fer, you're done for, my friend. As Dupree will find the first and maybe even the second. It's worth it. They have got plenty of cash here. He doesn't get the frag. And Cold's
which would have been a pretty aggressive way to hunt him down, given the bomb ticking at B. So he didn't want to go for that AK. Glaive, falling back in. This is working out very well. Dupree's going to be overwhelmed. Nice reactions. Turns it around to catch off Tarek. First still has another, though. Magisk goes down. This is a great start to the round for MIBR, and they're still so far forward on the map. Now, the unfortunate part is Cold's the only one still with a gun because those AKs are still out toward the T-stairs. But that gun's going to be a huge problem. Dupree on 16, and then it's Xyp9x to fight against everyone. Information gathering as well for Cold. Now they have surprisingly opened up the A site, so they're going to have to play a retake on this. I'm not sure that they're aware that Astralis got to long when they did.
They'll still potentially have time to rotate, though. You can see Astralis won't be planting for another 15 seconds or so. They have to check every position, and that might mean a CT will rotate over. It feels like they will in a second. They're going to push short at least, and once they do that, you definitely have a call that you're going to forward play back towards A, and there it is. So this will be the commitment now about what we expected as CT's coming through, but remember, they definitely don't have a kit now, but they do have an M4.
And then, well, they've got more than that. There's an AK out toward the top. Oh, they're not going to go for it. Just around by Fountain, there was one available to them, so they're going to stick on the pistols because time not really of the essence. They've got to get there quickly without the defuse. Zipix still watching to see if they'll rotate directly in from behind. Remember, Dupree's only on 16. If they find him, if he doesn't even get a kill in this position, hopefully he does, it could be easy to overwhelm and keep Zipix away from the defuse. It still might be. 10 seconds, cold taps. Zipix tagged, and down he goes. I'm still not sure they've got it. They might just barely.
Yeah, I think they're fine.
I think they should get away with it. That's going to be Mibr stealing it back. Pretty convincing. Oh, just barely.
There we go, Mibr, we did say. It'll be Device and Dupree and the bomb here in middle, but Tarek's in a great spot here, but he commits to the spray. What's he up to? He actually gets bailed out by coldzera. That looked disastrous. Tarek will be dropped in the end. I would have used that opportunity just to get the hell out of there. Device ready for another frag here with the AWP. It's Stewie position on the bomb site. Right behind it, in fact.
Yeah, if he shoulder peeks it even now, Device is so ready for that shot. Flash goes back in that direction, though. Stewie's got the advantage. Down goes the obvious. Spots another, but great angle from Glaive. Just enough for the front of Bathrooms to disallow Stewie from finding exactly that, the 2K. As Cole has a bit of a gap to work with, but needs to be aware of the fact that Zipix is also in behind. He seemingly is, because he's doubled it up to find Dupree as well. And Glaive, despite that he's on low HP, in fact, one can't catch him out. If he had, it would be a one-on-one post plant. At least he's got information for one position. Tries to spam for Fallen and just barely gets away without counters. Bullets heading in his direction. He's got to be so perfect. That one's not hard. Cold can play for information on it. Fallen has to be able to hit the shot. He's gone to the same side. He's actually crossed over, and he had to repeat that instantly because once the shoulder showed, Glaive had the advantage. In connector at this point. So he's trying to reinvent himself in some ways. Perhaps he's just feeling a little stale. Perhaps he's being countered. He's not stale there, that's for sure. Potent indeed, as he takes down two. Looks for yet another. I take it back. Cold actually got one. He assisted it, but his contribution was certainly resounding, and it's Dupree and Zipix left alone yet again. They've had to clutch in the past. They nearly did. Down to a one-on-one the last time they were in this situation. It might go better this time with Zipix already taking out Stewie. And opening up the B site. Problem being the bomb. Problem being Fallen as he comes back through short. Bomb is still down toward Bathrooms, so great position right now from Dupree, but they're aware that this is a possibility, and he's really not got much to work with Tarek on the move.
Fantastic execution. Has Fallen in position. Does he want to challenge this in the open or fall right back to the side? He's not going to have the choice at this point. Glaive will take him down. Fur has been so good so far. Jumps up on the bomb side. He's got a couple of kills in front of him. He doesn't find either. Doesn't do any damage. And it will be one player now. Surely coldzera can pull this one back in their favor as Stewie 2K to strike first.
Cold still waiting for his teammates to arrive and for the smokes to dissolve to get better placement. A man down. Got kits on all three, which makes this entirely possible. Money pretty strong as well, so no reason not to go for this. Smoke on the bomb already, but they've got to clear out the front of the Bathrooms. They'll put a deep smoke to cover the doorway, forces them to one side, which means Stewie can cover off and knows that they're going to be in that position, but he goes down immediately. Watch for the Device, they're on it.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, Tarek's on it, he's spinning.
Oh!
Talk about a hero play. In circles he goes, and it's Mibr with the round. A 1-on-3 defuse. And
pump them up here. This is much better as they find another round, but not another kill. That's Dupree opening things up. It's Tarek this time, core pushing. And there's going to be further pull the frag back, but surely he'll be done for here. Device will find another advantage for Astralis, but need to start converting them.
Stewie on catwalk has the flames down. Couldn't spot the head from Zipix. That was totally in the open if not for the flames. He's going to rotate back around on it. Gets to barrels late, and he's actually got the information that Astralis has retreated off of this. So all the way into B and then back because they don't want to get caught off by rotations when they've got a man advantage. Might as well slow it down with a minute to go, but that means going towards Fallen. And in the Bathrooms, oh my goodness, he almost found three. But just gets one back, only one. And the rotation has already gone back the other way. They're not going to be expecting Cold, surely, as they're running with the bomb, but he also not expecting Magisk to be in the open. And jumping up on the truck, resets his aim. Magisk was certainly ready for battle.
Yeah, that was the all-important kill there. Applies so much pressure to Stewie 2K. He'll surely get the first kill though, but not going to check it. I thought he had the awareness, but it will be Zipix to break the streak.
By Glaive as well. That would have been hugely detrimental if he went down as a result of it. He knows Stewie doesn't have a further smoke, so that's quite smart from Glaive. Wait for the smoke to dissolve. and get a second Molotov in position. Had to transition away from there, and as a result goes down. But Tarek can take over the helm on top of the pillar, and Device is already low. If he misses the shot, he's gone. Bomb's already there. Shoulder shows, but it's fallen to find Magisk, and now they know exactly where the op is.
Well, that should be round because Device just doesn't have anything to work with here. 20 HP, the AK-47, and he'll be dropped by Fallen in the end. It is going to be 8-6. MIBR needs to be very careful. Cold Zero coming up short.
Play from dupreeh at least to open it, but now Xyp9x has to be dead perfect in positioning. How about accuracy? Gets Fur at least. Call him the robot for a reason as he goes to try and find another. Oh, Glaive got that one. It was still almost there for Xyp9x. That one certainly is as he finds Cold. How good is he at holding off the mound?
That's so valuable. With 30 seconds remaining, do they dare even check this? Do they have time?
And keep in mind, fair play to the MP9. I was going to say the shorter barrel on that gun, you actually wouldn't see it if you walked by it. So he gets a free kill immediately up close. Almost got to the AK, taken down in response. It's a 3-on-3. With Glaive smoked, needs to be aware of the positioning of the sound cues, and certainly of Cold giving an angle, because all he had to do was hold that to make sure Cold couldn't push through. Wow. Now he gets positioned to find bank stairs, and the AK certainly will suffice. No mistake about that. As it's going to go, they're going to have to start to worry about this map. Xyp9x holds off angle. Tarek not really ready for that at all. No utility to help him take the site, but Stewie's got the immediate trade again. So even when Astralis look like they're going to get a kill back, Mibr has the answer. Does Device have one? Is he aware? Oh, this could be even more detrimental. Who's going to fall for it first? I think Fur will. If he thinks this is open, due to his teammate's position, he just walks in and gives Device the kill, but Stewie is still beyond them, and that's a problem because it now goes the other way. So it's one for each based on the fact that they both thought they were in the clear.
Exactly that, and Stewie hits one hell of a shot, but yes, that shadow comes back to haunt them again, but they still have an open B site. Xyp9x rotates in, and that's left Device in another 2 versus 1 here. He has got a kit and an incendiary, but they're going to know exactly where he's coming from here. Flash over, and he doesn't really look like he stands much of a chance. He has to go for it, I'd say. With the AK in hand, Fallen, Cold Zero, a deadly duo. As Device makes his way through. He has got a smoke though, something to work with there as he throws the incendiary towards the graffiti area. Has to tuck the bomb and try and bait one of them out. Time really is ticking away at this point. If he can pre-fire Cold Zero, it could be enough, but not going to happen. Cold Zero positions perfectly there, and it will be third. Incendiary will buy them a few more seconds as well.
Stewie's looking for the long angle, but he'll certainly be aware that dupreeh can emerge from there. He's already played there multiple times, and that's the right time to be. Stewie hit it, but perfect timing on dupreeh, and the flash to take out Tarek. Device now has to go alone, get aggressive, and he's caught out by Stewie. Somehow shot his shoulder, but Glaive's there. Not for long. Fur finds him retreating back over the truck. It could be match point for Mibr because they're already on the plant. 2-on-2.
Oh,
Magisk,
the flames!
He's missed it. The flames have fallen. Stewie was late. He couldn't get the shot back in time, and he'll go down after the round. It's Astralis with 11. Where did he throw that? Down toward the sandbag, so he's got a long period to go. They don't check for dupreeh. He sees 2. Dink on the first, goes back. He knows he's done the damage. He's gotten the bomb down temporarily. Can't quite get ready for the third peak, though, as Cold knows what he has to do. Takes matters into his own hands. It's a scout and an AK. I said Glaive had to go the long way. He has. He's gotten behind them. That AK on the flank could be everything. Bombs planted safely to the truck, so there's no guarantee that they have to go back out toward the bathrooms. And Cold knows the situation and is staring in that direction. His elbow shows, but it's not enough to put him down. Device with a scout and a pistol goes out, finds Fallen, sees him. He's got it back. We've got more.
Oh my God! How does he do it every single time? Device.
Well, I can see Cold, but he's tagged. He's tagged to 73. That's not enough for him to get a kill. Furs helped him out. Furs killed Stewie. Magisk is going to come out. It's basically 3 kills, and it's all down to Tarek. Disappointment. A team kill at the worst possible time, and Tarek has nothing to work with. Bomb's already inside of the site, and all 4 Astralis players are there.
Can you believe it? Every time Astralis, when you think they're done, they find something in the tank. Running on fumes at one point, but they've done it.
Smell of an oily rag, not even fumes.
Well, it's Tarek. You are absolutely correct. He will not be able to do anything here. If he gets a kill, at least that's some money removed. But it doesn't matter. dupreeh will close it out, and that's going to be the eco.
They've already gone over toward the sandbags. He still has an angle toward that. But Magisk, behind barrels, he's got one. He's got a swing because Xyp9x now in the open. They didn't swing back to it. They couldn't get far enough. Magisk shuts them down. Overtime looks very likely. This went from a massive lead to a huge comeback. Device confirms it 15-15. But there is defensive utility. In fact, 2 incendiaries, which one of them can be deployed in that position and certainly squander them more so if they can't even get the bomb down, because Glaive catches out Tarek on approach. Xyp9x goes high, Gets away with it. Cold down. Now Fallen has to get aggressive. He has to be in on the take, and he can't. He doesn't have the HP for it. It's all on Defer, and that's the round. He's too far away.
Well, there we go, ladies and gents. It is going to be MR3 10K, so the CT side always feel a lot more comfortable they can win that first round, especially keeping numbers up as well. Money is actually a bit of a factor if you're going with double order approaches here. MIBR trying to stay calm. Don't want to throw it away with a rush or a bad call where they can end up going through smokes. He saw plenty of that. Glaive will be dropped. Don't see these York too often.
Yeah, he hasn't had great success in that position. He's been trying it. Different weapons every single time, but this time he gets shut down. And it's 3 only left for Astralis at 1:27. It just has at least the goal to try and redo it and retake it, but Cold's still staring at it, has no problems removing him either. Device finally gets one back for Astralis. That's beneficial. And Xyp9x back in the same position. Tarek gets his revenge. Turned around. He's found Cold through the edge of the wall. Nade out. That's going to do slight damage onto Stewie. He's not quite close enough, but it certainly hinders his advancement to the site. That's pretty good from Fallen to still be in position and ready with the AWP. Device will push this. He's going to go straight through. He knows Fallen was way back towards spawn, so he thinks he can catch out Stewie, but Stewie's ready for that. MIBR with the lead after the first.
Fallen, same story, but he might be caught out of position here. They're going to push the flames. This is awkward. I'm not sure who's going to come out on top of this sequence. It looked like Fur will be dropped first, but they know Fallen's there as well. They do not want to challenge him. They could just book it back towards the B side, I would say. But still, 35 seconds remaining. Fallen's got himself in a compromised position considering his weapon, and he does get out of there.
Yeah, this has been them chasing the round.
Cool little flash.
Fur got pushed out. This flash could be good if he peeks on top of it. He's in the corner burning though, and Device was too close. Glaive knows where Cold likes to play, knows how he likes to play it as well. He'll wait for the commitment, he'll wait for the utility, and then he'll swing. But Glaive's getting impatient, needs to check to make sure the corner's clear for his teammates to get in first. Once he's done that, they'll try and bait him further. He goes tight rather than wide. Glaive still comes out with 8 seconds. You're right, Stewie. If he wanted to, he could have kept going around it, but he gets babysat, and Astralis get their 17th. He'll be able to pull any bit of aggro his direction, so Cold, he may even swing in this position. We talk about sitting here and going for one and done. Fallen's actually gotten Glaive. Cold can be a little more comfortable now. He's got the ball in front. That's 1 for 1. It's Fallen still though limited. He can't go past the flames. He nearly gets Dupree. It's still alive. It's still in it. 5 seconds. Xyp9x has to get on this. If he's shut down now, the round's over. It's not done. MIBR is going to force out yet another overtime. 18-18. The shot. Glaive. Counter Molotov back, close flash. Yeah, he knows first here. He tries to go for it. Fallen gets the shot instead, but now he has to turn around. Magisk took that time, took that invitation to wrap in behind them. Fur still alive, however, takes down Magisk. Now they've got a problem. They either have to go back through bathroom connector or deal with Fur directly, and he's got the op and retreating off with 15 HP at this point in time. But he's not really in the picture for the round because he has to wait for his teammates to pull them back forward. The Molotov's perfect because it pulls him out of bank. Xyp9x in the corner, though, couldn't hit it. Cold checks that on the way out. And Dupree just keeping his head down, trying to buy time.
They've got no smoke for the defuse this time. They're going to have to try and find Dupree. Device needs to back him up right now, protect him. He's doing a great job in that respect. They need to get in this defuse now. They know it's Device with the AWP. He hits yet another shot. The defuse coming in. It looks like he's done enough here. They're hoping they can take him down, but Device just too strong.
Still trying this. He's had some incredible performances in this position. Getting aggressive and catching teams off. He's desperate to make it work now because Astralis could win out on the 21 at this point right now with 3 in a row. Tarek does at least get Device back. This is still working out. In fact, they've got the man advantage. Fur's gone, but Tarek inside of the sight of an MP9 of all weapons slides in front of Glaive and drops the bomb down. Magisk, he's found, and he's going to be dealt with. Fallen does not need to overcommit to this. He's done enough damage. 28, doesn't need to give himself up either, so just contain him at this point in time.
It's so weird. It's the SMGs that find the success, of course. But it will be looking likely to be around here for MIBR. There's almost no way Majors can win this with the bomb down in the position it's in, and the fact he has 20 HP. It's just a matter of time. So scoreline should be 20-19. Like Matt said, it's first to 22 here. 21 you guarantee triple overtime at least. Majors though makes his way towards the bomb site. That's in his vision now. You see the CTs triangulating around him, but they've kind of overlooked the first spot, but there it is. Cold Zera. Perfectly held.
He's finally changed it as well. He's played that front position so often that it's been a problem. Dupree gets baited in by their own Molotov, not his teammate, and Device still finds an angle onto Stewie. Timing is everything. Dupree absolutely nails it.
He absolutely does. 30 seconds remaining, still possible though. Players like Fur can shut these situations down very quickly, but Majors should confirm the round at this point. It's Tarek. Oh my goodness, finding all the headshots. Surely he doesn't have a chance here. He'll go for the plant. It's actually looking possible. He'll get it down here. It's up to Device to try and deny everything. Tarek could win the 1 versus 4. He has a Molotov available. to him. Device is low, and he has to wait for his teammate.
He's got to start moving though, because he doesn't have information behind him. He's expecting it to be from the stairs, but now that flash comes out. Device trying to work back in is giving away the fact that Xyp9x is coming from the front, and Tarek, a 1 versus 4! The fact that Fallen is there, but also keep his eyes firmly fixed on the bathrooms, as well as the flashes coming out. He makes contact. Tarek tagged to 19. A little bit different for him as he's on the AK. Not only that, Magiska's going to be behind him. Or is he? Because Tarek's already on the stairs. They're going for the bomb plant. Another tag! 3 tags! And it's cold to take down Magisk. Those tags would have been massive for the flank, but it still might be Astralis because they've got the advantage. Bombs planted. It's all on cold. He's dropped by Glaive. Fallen. I take it back. Never got the bomb. Device has him instead. Astralis on your ECS Season 6. $1 million in prize money and another championship in...